Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. Hello and welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we're looking at another deck for the standard format, and this time I have my Carbink break with the Primal Groudon with the barrier from the Primal Clash. So basically, since the new format is going to be from the Primal Clash, I guess that this deck might be very powerful and very strong because that Primal Groudon have that barrier. Also, Carbink have that Diamond Gift and Energy Acceleration, and just a regular Carbink Safeguard that prevents your opponent attacks. Basically, it cannot be damaged by EX Pokemon, and also those Wobbuffets can shut down abilities, so your opponent's Shamies cannot set up. And I think that this deck actually can be a very good in the future standard 2017 format. Very few cards will actually be missed from this deck, like Bell Compressor and Xerosic with the Central Lady, but I guess it's not the end of the world in my opinion. So I'm running 12 Pokemons, 38 trainer cards, and 10 energies in this deck. So starting first with the two Carbinks with the Safeguard and two Carbinks break with the Diamond Gift for the Energy Acceleration. For the main attacker, of course, I have Groudon EX and Primal Groudon EX. So Primal Groudon EX with the barrier, it cannot be affected by any trainer card, excluding Tool and Stadium cards, and you can actually prevent all effects of those and any other trainer cards. Basically, Gaia Volcano can hit for 100 plus 100 more if there is any Stadium card in play, and of course you can discard it for the 4 energies. It might seem a lot of energies, but it can be actually charged without any problem, especially with those Max Elixirs. You can also play it with the Max Elixirs without Carbink break, so you can actually get even more bump with this Primal Groudon EX. Also, two Wobbuffet with the Bite Barricade, so I can actually shut out my opponent shaming abilities and stuff like that, so he actually can't set up. From item cards, I'm running single Battle Compressor. It's good because I can discard some special energies to my discard pile. Also, I can discard any kind of supporter card that I need to use with my V-Seeker. 3 copies of Mega Turbo, just because when I get the Knock It Out, I can actually recover fast with those 3 Mega Turbos with a single turn. Also Super Road, so I can shuffle any 3 in combination Pokemon and basic energies from discard pile back into my deck. 4 Trainers Mails, only 2 Ultra Balls. The reason why I'm running only 2 Ultra Balls is just because I'm running 4 Corinas, which actually allows me to search my deck for a fighting Pokemon and 80 item card and put it into my hand. 4 VS Seekers, of course. 1 AZ, definitely good because it can remove Primal Groudon with a lot of damage from play. That can actually be a very good and smart move. Also, copy of Hex Maniac to shut down opponent's abilities like Greninjas and Trevenant item lock. 4 Corinas as a main surge supporter in this deck. 1 copy of Lysander, 2 copies of N. I'm running also 1 copy of Pokemon Central Lady. It's good because I can also heal 60 damage in all special conditions from one of my Pokemons in play. That's definitely good because Primal Groudon have 240 HP, so it's a lot of HP, and if your opponent cannot one-hit knockout, you can always use your Central Lady. But it's also good because I'm running those Focus Sash, and for example, if damage is not more than 60 damage, I can actually heal that off, so Secret Dash can help me to get out of the knockout by any means if my opponent is able next turn to one-hit me knockout. Also, for additional draw of 2 Professor Sycamores, 1 Xerosic, so I can scrap any tool or special energy card from one of my Pokemon's play. This can actually be very good and very useful because if I don't want to lose my turn, I can actually put a single Groudon Spirit Link onto my Groudon, evolve into Primal Groudon, and just remove with the Xerosic that Spirit Link and attach, for example, that Focus Sash so I can survive one-hit knockout. 5 Stadiums in play, 2 Fighting Stadiums. 2 Scorched Earths for drive acceleration, and 1 Shrine of Memory, so I can actually use my previously evolved attacks just in case I don't have enough energies in my Primal Groudon. Or if I don't have Stadium in play, I can actually use my Massive Ramp, for example, for 130 with 2 fighting strong energies that can be 170 damage. 2 Floatstone for the free retreat, 2 Focus Sash, 1 Spirit Link, as I mentioned earlier, and 10 energies, 4 strong for 20 more damage increasement, and 6 basic fighting energies. So very interesting deck list. Very interesting to show you how it's going to work. If you're looking for any of these cards, as usual, you can find them on CCGCastle.com. I provide you the link in the video description, so definitely keep checking that. So let's do some few game tests so you can actually see how this deck is working. Alright guys, so welcome to the game test of this beast, I should say, and call this beast Primal Groudon EX. So 240 HP, Fighting Fortress, beast, whatever you want. 240, very strong and very powerful card. It's going to be very, very good in my opinion, especially with the 2017 Primal Clash on format. So that's for sure. On the other side, I see that Lucario. Oh, it would be very nice if I could do some damage with my Wobbuffet, but I can't. At least I have my Ultra Ball sitting and ready in my hand, which can actually give me a Carbink. I will definitely search my deck for the Carbink. There's a Center Lady for my opponent. Very interesting. Oh, Mega Lucario. I like that. So there's Corina. I like to see that. Corina can search your deck for a Carbink and a Muscle Band. Alright. Okay, so I will also need my Hex Maniac in this matchup, that's for sure. No doubt about that. Ultra Ball for Lysander, or maybe not Lysander, for maybe just a Super Road and the Groudon Spirit Link. Probably just for the Carbink, or maybe just for the Groudon better. So I can actually have my Primal Groudon ready on the bench, at least. That Lysander is going to happen right now, and I will just pass the turn. Not the best opening hand that I was hoping to get, but at least I have that Carbink in the active spot. That Lucario is not going to be able to damage my Wobbuffet without some energy retreat or something like that. There's a Carbink break, but that Diamond Gift might be something right there. Also, he can just evolve into Mega Lucario. Alright. So, I guess it's time to play Lysander again. Because I don't want to see that Diamond Gift, and it's time to Primal Groudon. It's time to evolve, and it's time to pass. So we are both down to like one card. Oh my goodness, how good was that? A very nice feeling. And for the 6 new cards, couldn't get better than this. I mean, look at this. I have Mega Turbo and Energy and a Float Stone. What a salty combo. My goodness, I just cannot believe that he actually do that. I mean, he was forced to do that, no doubt about that. Give me one more strong. No, give me just one more Fighting Energy regular in my discard pile. Mega Turbo for the Primal Groudon. One more energy. A Float Stone. A Trainer's Mail. For nothing. Alright, and let's go with the M. I'm hoping to get Carbink right there, so I can actually just retreat down to my Carbink and smile to my opponent Mega Lucario face with my Carbink in the active spot. That's definitely going to be a very big move right there, because on my next turn I just need to play my Corina, play my Fighting Stadium down, grab Float Stone and Carbink break, just retreat and knock out my opponent Mega Lucario from the active spot with my Primal Groudon, because he can't touch my Primal Groudon. No, he can't. He can't. Then again, I need to find a way out to go through that safeguard on the other side. And that's not going to be very easy without something like... Oh, so he decided to retreat and hit my Carbink break right there. Very, very nice. Diamond Gift for the 40. I like that. Definitely. I wish I discarded. I wish I was a little bit smarter in this situation, actually, and I actually didn't. So if I was, I should definitely discard Hex Maniac with my Hex Maniac, definitely with my Battle Compressor, but I didn't do that. Probably because I'm not smart enough, I guess. So there's a Focus Sash, a Strong Energy, a Carbink Break, even a Stadium. Why not? Just to thin a little bit more of cards in my hand. And that Diamond Gift is going to hit for the 40. I guess I can just attach. Oh, I need to attach 2 of my energies, so I guess I will just attach them to my another Groudon, so I can actually have 2 Groudons ready to do some actually damage. Alright, so another energy, so probably he's going to hit me for the 60 right there with that power gem. Or maybe even more. There's a rare candy. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a knockout with that Machamp. Yeah, right. So I can't Ripclaw my opponent. That's not good. But at least I can Xerxic his Strong Energy. And that's what I'm looking to do. That's the only chance, actually, I can do right there. So I need to find Hex Maniac. When I find that Hex Maniac, it's easy from that point. So Hex Maniac is all I really need. Hit the Hex Maniac. And yeah, just get rid of his Carbink Safeguard. Right now, its Safeguard is not effective because my Bark Barricade is in the active spot. But then again, you can just use 60 damage with his Power Gem, 60, 60, 60, and do 60 damage, blah, blah, blah. Alright. But actually just a 40, even 20. So he is looking forward to attach 2 more energies on another Lucario. Oh no, to the... Oh, so he's going all in. And there's Professor Sycamore. Alright, that Sycamore is very huge right there. There's Primal Groudon number 2. Also 1 energy. What I'm going to do right there is... I will just Mega Evolve. So I have 2 Primal Groudons sitting and ready on my bench. So let's see. 2 Primal Groudons against Mega Lucario, and Machamp. Who's going to win this? Probably me. I'm in a better position right there. I mean, I'm sitting in my... I have Lysander ready in my hand, so I can just easily grab Lysander for that knockout over his Mega Lucario on the bench. Probably I'm going to do that. Probably. Oh, there's another round of DN. So maybe Hex Maniac appear right now. If I found Hex Maniac right now, I'd be more than happy. No sign of the Hex Maniac, but 2 Mega Turbos and a V-Seeker. At least that V-Seeker for Lysander will give me 2 prizes. There's a 60 more damage, so I'm going to retreat right there. But I actually desperately need to find a way out to actually search my deck for chance to find a Hex Maniac. So Lysander over that Mega Lucario, and I guess it's going to be 220. It should be. Yes, it should be 220. And right now I'm discarding my Stadium. I'm grabbing 2 prizes. So 2 more prizes for me. Trainer's Mail, a Trainer's Mail. Alright. I still have 2 V-Seekers for 2 more Lysanders. All I really need is to knock out 2 more EXs from my opponent. And that's going to be a GG in my opinion. Or I just need to set up another Carbink so I can use my Power Gem. But the bad thing is that I already discarded 2 of my Carbink breaks. There's another rare candy for another Machamp. Oh, there's going to be a lot of damage. Diamond Gift for a lot of damage. 80 damage. That's a lot of damage. Definitely. And he can still charge 2 energies. Probably to his Lucario on the bench. Alright. Let's find out what I can... A top deck. Oh, very nice top deck. A Carbink. Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail for the Scorched Earth. I definitely need Stadium. Then again, another Trainer's Mail. Oh, for the Hex Maniac. Or for the V-Seeker. Yes, I will go for 2 more prizes right there. And then after that, I will just get rid somehow of my opponent Carbink in the active spot. So Lysander. How many V Seekers I have left? Just a single one. And that Gaia Volcano is going to be a very strong right there. Two more damage, 2 more prizes. I mean, I still have another Primal Groudon sitting and ready on my bench to do some damage to my opponent. So I just need to get rid somehow of his Carbink from the active spot. In order to do that, I need to find a way out to find that Hex Maniac. There's a Lysander for the Wobbuffet. Alright, so he's going to knock out my Wobbuffet, not a big deal. And he can actually put 2 energies to another Carbink. That's just a rational explanation. Then again, I just have 2 more energies left in my deck. But the question is, where are they? So there's a 1 energy. And let's find out where is the second one. Nah, better just to heal the damage. And maybe even just Mega Evolve, so he can't get rid of my tool. I guess that's the best option actually right there. Mega Evolve, so he can't get rid of my tool. And just sitting and ready for that Hex Maniac. Hex Maniac and 1 more V Seeker, so the question is where they both are. Whew. Escape Rope. What I'm going to promote to my opponent? My Carbink or my... Oh yeah, totally forget, I don't even need to worry about that. There's 100 damage. But there's a Hex Maniac. Let's retreat. And that Hex Maniac is going to be a very big right there. So that Gaia Volcano is more than enough to knock out my opponent Carbink. I'm down to 1 prize. Speaking about 1 prize, I'm not sure where is my last V-Seeker. Is it prized or is it in the deck? If it's in the deck, then I have more than enough resources to win this matchup. Because I can also just grab V-Seeker for the Lysander. There's a Scorched Earth. Then again, I also have my Carbink ready, but I need 1 more extra energy in order to use my Carbink. That's just not that easy. But a good thing is that that last energy probably might be stored in my deck. So there's 1 more energy on that Carbink break. So he's going all in right there. He don't have nothing to lose. A lot of energy is attached over here on his Carbink break. And there's a V-Seeker for the Lysander. Alright, so right now he even have Lysander sitting in his hand. I can definitely get rid of my Carbink on the bench next turn. 80 damage. Professor Sycamore as a top deck. Let's see. Ultra Ball for Mega Turbo and Shrine of Memory. And I have V-Seeker left in my deck. So what I'm going to do right there is I'm going to play my Professor Sycamore on this turn. I'm going down to 1 card, and I'd be more than happy to find my V-Seeker, so let's just go with that. Focus Sash. And, yeah, Gaia Volcano. I mean, I can discard the Stadium from play. So I have last V-Seeker sitting and ready in my hand, so that V-Seeker is going to give me a victory. And after that we are moving to the game number 2. So there's Corina and it's pretty much GG. I mean, all I really need to grab is just a V-Seeker for the Hex Maniac, shut down my opponent's ability, or just put down the Stadium card and hit for the 200 if he decides to retreat down to the Machamp. And it's GG in my opinion. I even have the last energy in my hand, so even if he's able to knock out my Primal Groudon in the active spot, but he was short for the 20. So yeah, finishing this game in a huge style right there by taking that Hex Maniac and hitting for more than enough damage counters. So there's even one more Stadium and a Hex Maniac and 200 and yeah, just a 200 damage. There's no strong energy. So let's move to the game number 2, and after that we are going to get a final conclusion for this deck. Alright guys, so welcome to the game test. It's going to be very interesting to see this Primal Groudon in action. I actually didn't play too much with this deck, to be honest. In real life I never played with this deck, so I actually don't know very well the mechanism and how you should actually work and play with it. But I will actually try to do my best right here. So I'm playing with, I think maybe Mega Mewtwo with the Zoroark, but not sure too much. Something spoiled me that it might be actually Mega Mewtwo because of that coin, and also Psychic type in my opponent loading screen, and a Darkness type, but we'll see that. So 3 times in a row, no basic for me, so that's 3 more cards for my opponent. That's not good. At least I have N sitting in my hand, so that will help me at least somehow. Alright, so if it's Mega Mewtwo, it's not going to be very interesting for me. Because he can one-hit knock out my Primal Groudon, because I need 4 energies in order to attack. Oh no, it's a Trevenant. So, very interesting. So, let's see, Karina. Starting with the Carbink, I guess, and we'll take something like Floatstone. I guess I need to get rid of my active Primal Groudon, or maybe not. Maybe I can just try to Rip Claw him till he gets tired about that. I can actually take Spirit Link, in my opinion. It can be even better. We'll definitely see that. But I will definitely try to Rip Claw my opponent. That's going to be very frustrating for him, I can see that. I will just pass the turn right here. Next turn I have 2 options. Scrap the energy special from my opponent Trevenant, if he is able to find one, or just go with the N. But probably I'm going with my N. Oh, there's a Crushing Hammer, but luckily he hit the tails, and there's Dimension Wally. It's not good to start with Dimension Wally on your turn 1, I guess, because you always can lose your Stadium, because your opponent can actually discard it, and there's no chance that my opponent can actually win the Stadium War. I'm running like 5 Stadiums, and he running like 4 Dimension Wallies, maybe even 3. Oh, there's a Stalling Megaphone, so I can say goodbye to my Spirit Link. Alright, so there's an item log, so I cannot play my items. At least I need to find just a single energy so I can start to use my Rip Claw. It's not going to be very effective, but at least I might be actually able to discard that energy at all. At least that's something. The damage is not going to be very good, very strong. So there's the energy, and Rip Claw for like, since it's minus 20, I guess it's going to be just a 30 damage. Still pretty decent. But that heads on the coin flip is the most important thing, especially against Trevenant. That's, I guess, the only way to somehow beat it. So there's a Trevenant break. He can decide between Silent Fear, I guess, if he can find one more energy, or Dimension Wally, or between Tree Slam. I guess Tree Slam is way better, in my opinion. I need to find Central 80 as soon as possible. I have Battle Compressor in my hand, sitting in my hand, but I cannot play it. Another Ultra... Oh, there was the Delinquent. That Delinquent would be so huge if he played that. But also that Team for a Grant. The good thing is that I already have 2 energies, and there's a good chance that I can actually start to discarding energies from my opponent, Trevenant Break. Be Seeker for the Delinquent. Alright, so what I'm going to discard right there. Primal Groudon, Battle Compressor. I will actually keep... No, I will keep Primal Groudon. Battle Compressor, Energy, and I guess Primal Groudon. I will take a risk right there. We'll keep Energy just in case he's able to discard it. This is my turn. I mean, with Karina, I can grab just another Primal Groudon in my hand, but not sure if I even want to do that. So let me see what I can take. Super Road. I can grab Super Road. Why Super Road? It's not so important card, but if Delinquent happens again, I can actually just discard my Super Road. That's the card that I actually don't need. There's a Rip Claw for 30 more damage, and will there be a Heads this time? Yes, it is. So my opponent can't actually play his attack on his Trevenant, so he's in a huge trouble right there. Another Trevenant break just hits the ground, and there's a Wally for another Trevenant. That means that it's my turn. If I can hit one energy, I can actually just knock out my opponent Trevenant right there. That's definitely going to be a very huge move with that massive Rand. Actually, that Rip Claw did a very good job right there. Alright, so there's a N. Let's go with the N. Because one energy will actually allow me to knock out my opponent Trevenant, and I actually was not able to find it. So just Rip Claw again for the 30. Unfortunately for me, I gave my opponent a big advantage right there because he just get a fresh hand of 7 new cards right now. I'm still in good position, I guess. So there's Dimension Wally number 2, and I have my Scorched Earth sitting and ready. Trainer's Mail for the Ultra Ball. Alright. I guess once I manage to find my Primal Groudon, it's pretty much GG for my opponent. Because you can't one-hit knock out that beast. It's 240 HP, and as long as I have Stadium in play, I can just one-hit knock out every Trevenant break that my opponent have, and that's just a nightmare for him. So already 3 Trevenant breaks in play, and there's VCO for Professor Sycamore. Alright, so a very good move. Oh, one more Dimension Wally just discarded. So speaking about Dimension Wally, he have 3 Dimension Wallies already discarded, and another Tails on that Crushing Hammer. Very frustrating for my opponent. And finally he managed to find that energy, and there's a Super Road. I have Lysander sitting in my hand. What I'm looking to do right there is I'm looking to play a 2-prize knockout. A big 2-prize knockout over that Shaman, I guess. And a V-Seeker for my Karina. I will also play my Scorched Earth right there. And a Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail for another V-Seeker. And that another V-Seeker is going to give me a Lysander. So I can have a lot of options right there. Very good. So that massive Rand will hit for like 150, minus 20, 110. How many Dimension Wallies? 3 Dimension Wallies discarded for my opponent. So that's a lot of resources that he lost. And there's another Stadium for me, which is good. So I can even hit with the massive Rand for the knockout for this Trevenant break. But then again, for another Trevenants, I will not be able to do that. So there's one more energy attachment. So I will definitely looking forward to play my Karina for a Groudon, Primal Groudon number 1. So I can actually put it onto my Groudon EX. There's an Ultra Ball. Hopefully he's not going to be able to find that Dimension Wall, so he can just use Silent Fear for 30. And that will actually give me a big boost right there. Oh, there's an AZ for the Shaman. He might run out the cards of his deck. He's down to 10 cards. I'm not planning to play any of my other Pokemons down to the bench. I also have Center Lady sitting in my deck, so once I be able to hit that Center Lady and heal the 60 damage from my Groudon, that's going to be a big nightmare for my opponent. Well, I can pick right there between the Lysander and a Primal Groudon. Guess I will just grab a V-Seeker right there. So next turn I can actually knock out that Shaman. And grab the V-Seeker for maybe something like another Karina, or maybe just, yeah, probably for another Karina, I guess. So I have Primal Groudon sitting and ready. That means that I can one-hit knockout each turn one of my opponent Pokemons. And there's a Trainer's Mail for another Crushing Hammer. That Crushing Hammer is going to be a big deal right there if the has happened. But no, again, 3 times in a row he managed to hit the Tails. And there's a 0-6, so that would be a very big move if he actually was able to discard 2 of my energies on this turn. Oh, but actually, I totally forget. From the Primal Groudon, you can't discard special energies and energies, so right now I'm unaffected. But when I was just a regular Groudon, then there would be a good chance. And there's a 3 Slam, so he's going to knock out my Carbink from the bench. Not a big deal. I have 90 damage. There's a Mega Turbo. I'm thinking, what is the best option to do right there? Maybe to go with the Lysander. I'm not sure. I can go with the Lysander, but I will just get rid of that Trevenant because it's the only attacker that my opponent actually had at this moment. I was thinking about that Shaman on the bench, but then again, I guess it's just better to knock out that Trevenant right now, and turn after that I can actually try to hunt that Shaman in the active spot, grab 2 more prizes, and after that it's just pretty much GG, because there's no chance for my opponent he can actually put enough damage counters on my Primal Groudon, especially without Dimension Volley. I mean, 3-dimensional Volley is already discarded, and that Primal Groudon is going to win a single Primal Groudon is going to win match against army of Trevenants and Trevenant Break. So there's a V-Seeker for that, and I'm going down to 3 cards. Not a big deal, as long as I can hit Center Lady. Oh, no sign of the Center Lady, but at least there's a Fighting Stadium, and that Fighting Stadium will actually allows me to do a lot of damage to my opponent. Let's just go with 1 more Strong Energy, just because we can. And that Fighting Stadium, and after that Karina. So let me see, I can grab, let me see, I don't need, what I need a Stadium card, but I can't get one. Maybe just a Trainer's Mail. Maybe just the Trainer's Mail, and the Gaia Volcano is enough for the knockout. It's 220. It's 1 more prize card for me, and that prize actually is Ultra Ball. Alright, so 2 more prizes. That's really all that I really need to draw. 2 more prize cards. I have like 90 H. Oh, there's a Dimension Volley, and that Dimension Volley actually just gave me a chance to 1-hit knock on my opponent Trevenant, but yeah, I mean, he needs to play the Dimension Volley. He don't have another option, actually. He needs to Silent Fear me, but he needs to do that 4 more times in a row, and that's just ridiculous. It's just impossible. So there's another Gaia Volcano for 220. Say goodbye to Dimension Volley. Say goodbye to Trevenant, and that's pretty much GG. Alright, another Trevenant hits the ground. Another energy, but Professor Sycamore for the 7 new cards, and it's pretty much GG. Oh, there's a red card, so he actually red carded me down to the 4. Very nice from my opponent, but I can actually just 1-hit knock off that last Trevenant and grab my last prize card. So, yeah, actually very good, very solid deck. Once again, I hope you guys enjoy watching it. It was actually very good to beat that Trevenant break, in my opinion. I mean, Trevenant Break was just unable to do anything. I mean, those heads of the Crushing Hammer was just huge. If he was able to hit like 1 or 2 Crushing Hammers and disable my Primal Groudon from attacking, that would definitely be a big deal for him. But later when I evolved into Primal Groudon, it was just pretty much a impossible for my opponent to 1-hit me knockout, to do enough damage counters, to have enough resources like Dimension Volleys and 2 energies in play constantly to use that 3 Slam, and those Silent Fear for 30 damage was just not enough to knock out my Primal Groudon EX. So once again, thank you for watching. That was the full deck list. If you're looking to build something like that, you can definitely use this as a example. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more future videos. Till the next time, have a nice day, and goodbye.